make a building like that? Yeah, you're probably evil, and everyone should already know it. I get that Mundus has CCTV cameras all over the place, but how is camera 1 placed over the water? You would think a pole, but camera 2 shows where camera 1 would have to be, and there is nothing there.
Did you get it, my darling?
Over $1 trillion.
If the president has to give you over $1 trillion in one payment, then I'm pretty sure the economy is screwed anyway. He might as well just default and take you down with him. Also, since I'll never get the opportunity to say this again in a video.
You have a good night, Mr. President.
Thanks, Obama.
Soon I will own everything worth owning. I will control the world through debt. I have absolute power.
You want to know what I don't want to hear when playing a game about cutting demons in half with a giant sword? A plot that Tom Clancy's co-authors would have rejected.
Nothing left but to grab it by the hair, bend it over, and... What's the matter?
Normally when the villain senses the hero, he is doing something significant. Powering up, destroying some vital MacGuffin. Here Mundus just senses Dante partying.
The son of the traitor Sparta.
I hope you like hearing everyone refer to Dante as the son of Sparta, because it happens every time a demon talks to or about him. Capcom. There are way too many people in this club where the strippers keep their tops on. It's only the opening cutscene and already I can tell the developers have missed the point. Having a threesome with 2 strippers doesn't make me think Dante is a badass, it just makes me hate him. The old Dante started games by eating pizza and telling people where the restroom was, and it was still fucking awesome. This girl has terrible trigger discipline. Either these girls are super easy or Dante has the best game in history to convince them to have a threesome even after showing them his dingy trailer on the boardwalk. The trailer rocking tells me sex is happening, but then we see that the girls still have their clothes on. Do these two ever get naked for professional or personal reasons? Neither of the girls Dante brought home last night wore that color bra, so either this is some other girl's bra or there are things we don't know about Dante that would completely kill his badass image. And if this is the bra of one of the girls from last night, then that girl went home topless since that's all they were wearing. Want to know how to get people to take you seriously? Wear a Halloween mask and talk about demons. Knock off Justin Bieber. Let that sink in for a minute. Go on, pause the video. I'll understand. Dante must really like Combi Christ. He has the exact same 2 posters on the same wall. Does your healing factor only work when you're awake? Because that's a pretty shitty healing factor if so. This bottle of 666 branded booze is Exhibit A in my case if the developers were writing Devil May Cry fan fiction. Building everything in your world around a single theme only draws attention to how out of place it actually is. World building requires a bit more nuance than that.
You were careless. You left a trail. Now he's on to you.
If one night of drinking and sex was enough for Mundus to find Dante, then Dante should have been found a long time ago. That seems to be a weekly occurrence.
What are you talking about? Who's on to me?
The hunter demon.
Speak of the devil. Literally. This scene would be Exhibit B in my case if this is Devil May Cry fan fiction. The minute you make everything cool, everything becomes cheap instead. And it doesn't help that the actors approach their roles with all the talent of a fresh-faced young porn starlet sitting on her first casting couch, clumsily reading cue cards scribbled on the back of a pizza box. And yes, that entire metaphor I just used exists solely to tell you that this game is porn. Porn without the sex. Anyone remember the hit arcade game, Game? Once again, neither girl wore that color bra, and they clearly had their tops on when they went into Dante's trailer. So how could Dante's guns get all the way out here tangled in a bra no one was wearing? Also, since Dante didn't have his guns with him when he was dragged into Limbo by the hunter demon, how did they end up in Limbo?
I'm still in the real world. You're in Limbo.
Kat is still in the real world, but no one notices the crazy girl talking to herself and acting like someone is about to shoot her.
I can see you, talk to you, but I'm not actually in Limbo with you.
If I pull the trigger?
I'll die.
Which makes no sense because Kat just finished explaining that she isn't in the same dimension.
Is that my coat? How did it get up there?
Good question, since we clearly saw it falling away from the Ferris wheel earlier. And there's also the same question as the guns as to how your coat was dragged into Limbo. We saw this Ferris wheel mostly destroyed earlier when shit got real. Now it's back in one piece.
Sweet.
I remember the last time I thought I was hot shit for successfully putting on clothes. I was 5 and I just tied my Sesame Street sneakers. These people must take lessons on running away from giant wheels from Ridley Scott's Prometheus. I just completely smashed my way through that one wall, but this wall here, well, that stops me cold.
Not in a million years.
You're only digging your hole deeper.
Dante, wait!
Considering how Limbo seems to work, Kat would have had to have thrown a Molotov in the real world as well, meaning she just threw a fucking Molotov in the middle of a crowded boardwalk. Also, demons are weak against Molotov cocktails but not bullets. Fucking told you.
I helped you back there.
I didn't ask for your help.
I helped you, I didn't ask for your help cliché.
We have your scent, son of Sparta. Now it is just a matter of time.
You know, if you had just left Dante alone, he very likely would never have gotten involved. Cat and the Order only came after him today because you made a move.
We're a small handful of freedom fighters. We are the last and only line of defense.
Defense? You got no chance.
We don't leave things to chance. We've accumulated vast intelligence on the demons and their collaborators. World leaders, bankers, pop stars. We can hit them where it hurts.
So the demons control world leaders, banking, the media, the population, and not to mention they are fucking demons. But you stand a chance because you run a cult Wikipedia. Does Virgil just stand here all day waiting for this door to open so he can look cool? Cat sure does take her sweet ass time spray painting a stencil. I get that this house holds the secrets of Dante's memories, but how did Virgil find out about it in the first place? His memory was wiped just like Dante's. So what clued him in that coming to this mansion then entering Limbo would restore his memories?
I like it rough.
Dante gets the same look from women that I do when I try that line. Unimpressed. That sort of makes me happy. Dante and Virgil's parents left new weapons inside their paintings for Dante and seemingly a whole lot of nothing inside for Virgil. Guess who the favorite was? Sparta has no luck with photos. That's twice his face was obscured.
I will never forget what he did to her.
Except that you did forget. The whole reason for coming here was to remember. Remember? Considering how much focus these necklaces Dante and Virgil wear, you think they would end up being important. Keep on thinking that. I want you to experience the same confusion that I did once I got to the end.
But Sparta betrayed him. He fell in love with an angel.
Did Virgil commission all of this graffiti just so he could have visuals to go along with his family history?
So, Mundus killed our mom and imprisoned our dad.
Yes.
And we're the offspring of angels and demons.
The developer said, this story is too complicated. Let's have Dante simplify everything so our brain-dead fans can understand it.
You're being dragged into Limbo. I'll find Kat, she'll get you out.
Yes, you and only you are being pulled into Limbo, even though I'm standing right here next to you.
Planet Earth's most popular soft drink, Virility. The demons have spiked it.
If this game expects me to believe that Coca-Cola and Pepsi would have just sat idly by and let some demon take over the soft drink market, it has another thing coming. If anything, I think Mundus would have gotten his ass kicked in that fight.
That's the Hellgate, a conduit from which Mundus draws his power. While he's connected to the Hellgate, he's immortal. But we get him away from the Hellgate, and our swords will do the rest.
So, how do we do that?
We get his attention. Mundus is petty. He's impulsive. If we hit him where it hurts, let his anger rule him, I believe we can draw him out.
Unless you include stupid in your list of descriptions for Mundus, your plan is pretty much guaranteed to fail. If Mundus is immortal, he wins as long as he stays immortal. No amount of getting pissed off would make me leave the thing that keeps me from being killed.
Okay, so, to kill Mundus, we need to drag him away from the Hellgate. We do that by pissing him off.
The developer said, this plan is too complicated. Let's have Dante simplify everything so our subhuman troglodyte fans can understand it. Not so subtle ironic juxtaposition. These two were staring right at each other while walking, yet somehow they get into that I'll go this way, you go that way dance.
It'll kill you.
When I do this as smokers, I get cops called on me.
Said it would help me to focus on something constructive instead of...
Instead of what?
Instead of focusing on the nightmares.
Cat stops talking just so Dante can ask her for the follow-up.
I just seem to drag on forever.
Dante would be good at game sense.
This is Bob Barbas, just doing God's work.
Evil Bill O'Reilly. Or normal Bill O'Reilly, depending on how you look at it.
When the people you're supposed to trust most turn out to be demon scum, your eyes really do open up to evil everywhere.
Well duh, your dad left you at an orphanage named after Lamia, a child-eating demon of Greek mythology. You think he would have noticed that little detail.
It's funny.
What is?
Cat stops talking mid-sentence again just so Dante can ask for clarification.
I expected it to be bigger. A lot bigger.
That's what she said. I'm not sure if I should ding this game for cribbing from John Carpenter's They Live, or take one off for the developers realizing which director could probably make a kick-ass Devil May Cry movie. I'll ding it. This game respects the lore of the succubus the same way Stephanie Meyer respected the lore of vampires.
Yeah, but you can call me Dante the Demon Killer. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
Are you even trying to write decent dialogue for this game anymore?
I'm 1,200 years old.
You don't look a day over 12,000.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Guess not.
What is it?
My succubus.
Your pants are still on, so how are you having sex?
I was in a foster home. My foster father was a demon, He attacked me most nights.
If you had scruples, you would feel like a dick right now for telling her how much you like rough sex earlier. Kat and Dante must be driving in circles during this character building scene since they passed this sign twice. How many strip clubs does there need to be on this one street? There's one here, and one here. Not only strip clubs, but there are bars right across the river from each other that use the exact same neon sign.
Raptor News Tower.
Controlled by Mundus, they have a monopoly over the world's media. News, advertising, entertainment.
Mind control.
Evil Fox News, or normal Fox News, depending on how you look at it.
An ambush. You flunking bastards.
Oh.
It is I.
90% of Dante's dialogue is bad puns.
And if you do kill Mundus, who would take his place?
Considering there's only a handful of characters in this game, and Kat and Dante certainly aren't going to, the game might as well just tell you that it's Virgil and be done with it.
This is not Mundus. Just doing God's work.
Holy shit, I'm taking off a sin for this moment alone. Tron, you even get a spinning disc weapon for beating him. Strange how Limbo decided to play nice with Dante for once and not rearrange the building to make it harder for him to protect Kat. The door to the server room was wide open a second ago, now it's sealed shut so the SWAT team can't get in.
How long do you guys need? Not long. A couple of minutes.
I can format a hard drive in under a minute. Why does this take several of them to do the same thing here? Shouldn't Kat be dead? Virgil just blew up the building she was being dragged out of. What the hell is up with the video quality? Mundus is a trillionaire banker. You're telling me he couldn't afford a half-decent camera and Final Cut Pro to shoot and edit this pile of garbage? Hell, he owns a mass media company for fuck's sake.
There it is. Mundus' mistress, Lilith, runs an exclusive club downtown for high society.
Yep, there it is. All of those lines of code on your laptop. What does that have to do with a nightclub again?
Yeah, well, fuck you, Dante!
Well, technically he already did.
Dante's here. The son of Sparta? Whom Mundus once dead.
Yes, Lilith, go over everything in Dante's Wikipedia entry. You might want to add that he's a Nephilim as well, just in case we forgot.
From nightclub to fight club.
Nope, sorry. Better entertainment than this is name drop Fight Club and they would get dinged for it as well. I speak for everyone who has ever played this game when I say, fuck this boss fight. Can no one in this game make a decent looking hostage video? What the hell did Virgil do when rendering this? I couldn't mess up an encode this bad if I tried. Virgil's headlights are off in this shot, then suddenly on in the next, just so Virgil can turn them off apparently. Also, is there a reason you had your headlights on in the first place? It's broad daylight. One bullet is enough to kill Lilith and her baby now, when before they could both take multiple shots and hits from a sword. Kat should be full of holes by this point since she was standing right in the open when the shooting started, but apparently trained SWAT officers can't shoot for shit. A simple laptop in the real world controls a Hellgate in Limbo. It makes sense because fuck you. Hey, that's the same screen you were looking at when telling Dante about Lilith's nightclub.
Me, a god, versus you, a piece of shit.
Did they actually pay for this dialogue? Does every computer in this world just constantly run streams of random code? In this shot, Dante is right in front of the elevator door and directly facing it, but when it opens, he's at the back and facing away from the door.
This is the finance wing. Those who work here are barely human anymore.
I get the feeling this game is trying to tell me something about financial workers. Is that Bob Barbas doing the news in the background? Didn't we kill him?
Here, you will rendezvous with Virgil.
Oh my god, stop it. I can clearly see I just ran into Virgil, Cat. This joke will never be as funny as people believe it is.
Kickstart the backup generators in Limbo to overload the system so I can hijack the quantum encryption algorithms.
Made up hacker mumbo jumbo.
And what do you think they did with it? They fought, they killed, they starved.
Mankind is a bastard, so it's totally cool for me to be a bastard too cliche.
I gotta tell ya, killing your child like that, watching it explode into little wet chunks, hearing you scream like one of you little demon bitches, priceless.
For everything else, there's MasterCard. This boss fight brought to you by Michael Bay. Look, I know that's the easy joke, but I would be lying if I said that wasn't the first thing that popped into my head.
I'll try and get the eye exposed!
Virgil's lips weren't moving for that line. Damn, and here I thought Superman could fuck up a city while saving it. The entire internet is talking about the appearance of demons, but not one image macro to be seen. I'd have at least expected this one.
Path is clear for us to rule.
It's a plot twist every fan of Devil May Cry saw coming from the very beginning, which makes me wonder why they tried to fake us out and make us believe Virgil wasn't a bad guy. Is it just me, or does this game have the weakest yells? Glad the mystery of Dante's white hair was solved. What's that? It was never a mystery?
I don't know who I am anymore.
I know exactly who you are. You are Dante. Nothing more and nothing less.
Your generic answer to my identity crisis has helped me more than you can ever imagine. Shit, Dante just broke the fourth wall.
I'm 1,200 years old!